Good evening, everyone. Today we have a special guest with us, Sri Hemant. He is known for his alternate therapies and his success stories. At a very young age, he has achieved a lot of things. I welcome Hemant.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you, Granit.
so the stage is yours. Please, you may start.
Yes, thank you, Granit, for introducing. So, good evening to all the participants. So, I hope you all are doing well. Yes, we all know that this is the toughest situation which we are all facing. So, from my end, surely this session will help you people to switch from fear side to challenging side. So with few of the proven techniques and the proved research techniques, which I'm giving the all the concept to you people. So my request is yes, be a active listener. So based post this session, you can implement in your daily routine activities. So before I step into the actual presentation, so I would like to thank Kalpataru team for organizing the event and providing me an opportunity to conduct this event. So especially thanks to Gurudat. Okay, now we can start with our the presentation. Gurudat, just can you handle the slides? Can you move on to next slide? Yes, in this presentation, this will be the overview of the today's session. So we are going to discuss on the herd immunity concept, how the immunity works. So there are three types of immunity, and that in which herd immunity concept, which I'm going to explain during this session. Secondly, we are going to see the defensive mechanism of our body, how our body works when any virus when we have been impacted with any kind of virus, so that we are going to see, and what are the steps to be followed from our end. So those things which we are going to give under defensive mechanism. Thirdly, we are going to see emergency management system, what needs to be done when the fever body temperature is high. So when there is a issue in the breath control or breathing, so how we can bring back, so that we are going to see. If you're suffering from cough, so how we can get back. So and if there is like vomiting sensation, what are the necessary actions to be taken. So these things I'll be explaining. And if you're having a weakness during this time, how you can overcome the weakness, as well as stomach ache. So these are all the topics which I'm covering, along with the fever, along with the fear management. So fourth, we are going to discuss what are all the immunity based food. Okay, what all the foods or what are the diet plan which we gonna follow. So next is what are the navashaktis of our life. So these are all the overview of this today's discussion. Yeah, Gurudev, can you just next slide. What makes us panic? First we need to understand, we all know that uh, because of the widespread and human to human transmission, that means easily it gets transmitted. This is one of the panic or fear factor. Secondly, we all thought that this is a very contagious and very deadly disease. This is what is making us panic. So third point is yes, till now there is no vaccination or the proper treatment. So which is making us panic. So next, lockdown and its extension or restricted lockdown. This is also making us panic, and we all come across number of deaths. And lastly, it is a fear of death. All these factors which is making us panic or fear. We'll see how we can overcome all these things. Next slide, please. Currently, if I want to interpret the current situation, this is how it looks. You can see the picture. So the person who is hanging on the stem, who is holding the stem and hanging, assume that this person is we. Each individual is this person. So can I come down? If I come down, so there is a coronavirus is waiting. So I cannot come down to the street. So whether can I come to comfortable place? You can see number 3. It's a lockdown or restricted lockdown. Otherwise, can I dip into the water, get down into the water? There may be one more virus is waiting. And if I stay there itself, the fourth, economy is getting cut. It's getting cut. It's getting dropped down. So this is our current scenario, what exactly we are facing out. So this is the scenario. But yes, in this toughest scenario, we need to come out. So that is what the overall session says. Next slide, please. So yes, we come to the immunity concept. We need to understand when it comes to the immunity, there are three types of immunity. One is background cellular immunity, second one is herd immunity, and third is mucosal immunity. So what are these three immunities? Background cellular immunity means like most of the people based on the previous flu, it may be any kind of flu, it may be a rhino, it may be a measles, it may be a typhoid. Our cell has been adjusted to that. So 60% of the people based on their previous whatever flu they were having, and as they have overcome, so based on this they will overcome. So this we call it as a background cellular immunity, because that cellular immunity will be having where it resists, as you all have seen that. So expert says that almost most of the people have been impacted with virus and they have come back. So because of this background cellular immunity. So next comes is herd immunity concept. What does this herd immunity concept says? You can see the picture. Gurudit, can you give me the control, mouse control? If you can able to see the picture, so right side there are yellow colored people. Okay, this yellow colored people, it represents they have been infected with any kind of flu. You can see over here. These are the yellow colored people. Yellow colored people indicate that they have been infected by the flu and they have been recovered. It's not only I'm not, in this session I do not only focus on COVID-19. I mainly focus on any kind of flu. It may be any kind of flu, as I told. So this yellow colored people indicates that they have infected with the virus, with the flu, and they have overcome. And next, if you can see this red color person, red color people, they have been infected but not cured. And if you see blue colored people, so still they have not been infected. So what does it indicate means any type of new flu it comes and if it is a human to human transmission, so what the research or the research data says that it has to reach to the mass. So it has to reach to the certain extent, then only it gets subsidized. So earlier flus, if you take measles, so it has reached 95% of the population. Then only it has been subsidized. So when it comes to COVID-19, the research data says that it may be between 39% to 70%. That is what they are telling. This many people has to get impacted. That means this many people will get infected. So now our role is, if we are in the yellow colored person, assuming that, so if we want to recover, what all the aspects that we need to do, that is very important. So once if we become a yellow colored person, then the person who is been highlighted in blue color, let us assume that they are the small childrens, there may be old age people, they will not be having that much of immunity power. What it indicates means if 60% of the people has been impacted and recovered, then we can safeguard the remaining 40%. That is what herd immunity concept says. So we need to understand. So we need to decide if we want to be a yellow colored person, because we cannot resist the virus. We don't know how it comes. It may be a waterborne, it may be airborne, it may be like on the surface level. We exactly don't know, but yes, we should be ready or prepared for it to face. If we want to prepare, what we need to do, so if we want to be a yellow colored person, we need to ensure that our immunity is boosted and we are going to fight. So for better example, I'll tell you, if there are some 20 to 30 elephants are there, so assume that 25 elephants are parent elephant, the remaining 5 elephants are baby elephant. So if they want to protect their baby element, what they do, they encircle the parent elephants will encircle the baby elephant. That is how they protect the baby elephant. In the similar way, The yellow colored people, what I am showing over here. So these people will protect the rest of the population. That means 40% of the population. Okay, so this is what the herd immunity says. That means it has to reach to the mass. There is no doubt in that. But yes, we should come out of that. We should be a yellow colored person and the blue colored person where we need to protect them. That means blue colored people may come in different categories. As I told, kids, the old age people, and people who are having multiple diseases, because for them it is difficult to regain their immunity so early. So this is what the herd immunity says. This is what the herd immunity concept, because in other countries like Italy, in European countries, it has reached to the peak. Now it has been come down, but whereas in India, now it is reaching, it is going, still India has not been settled. So that is the reason it is very important to know how we can boost our immunity. We have that immunity, so we can do it. That is what I give most of the things in this in this session. Okay, so third is we have a mucosal immunity. Mucosal immunity, it starts right from our mouth, that confronts the virus whichever attacks. So we have that saliva, from saliva itself we start fighting against the virus. So that is what we need to do. More of, we should not incline towards the tablets. So we should have natural foods. So where does natural food goes? It goes through the mouth. So that is right from our saliva. That is what I call mucosal immunity. So from there it starts fighting against the virus. So I'll explain you what are all the type of foods that we can take. So this is what about the immunity concept. Next slide, please. So this slide, so we can pay more attention because this is a very important slide. So defensive mechanism, how our body defends when a virus gets a chance to jump into our body, how our body acts. These are the different lines of mechanism which we are having. Once the virus jumps into our body, how the body acts. Our body will initiate the initial defense process through viral immunity. Everyone will be having this viral immunity. So first level is it start fighting with the viral immunity. This is the initial process that happens in our body. So when our body realizes that it doesn't have requisite capacity, it doesn't have energy or capacity to fight against virus, then what our body does means it increases its temperature. That is, we call it as a fever. Why it increases the temperature? Because body doesn't have the capacity to fight through the viral immunity. So the virus load will be high. Then automatically our body has a mechanism to increase its temperature. Once the temperature is increased, then that temperature fights against the virus in order to arrest the replication of the virus, because 1 should not become 2, 2 should not become 3, 3 should not become 4. Replication, we call it as replication. That is the process of, that is the mechanism that happens in our body. But what people, as a normal general people, what they do? Immediately they get a fever. So they go, they have a paracetamol or crocin and they reduce the fever. Does it serve the purpose? Fever will come down, but the virus load will increase. This is what most of the people are doing the mistake. And whenever we get any symptoms like fever, cough, so we get scared. This symptoms is, we should not take it as a conclusion or final. It is a signal and we need to pay attention. So this is very important. So whenever body temperature is increased, for example, normal temperature of the body is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. So it may increase by 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, 1 or 2 degree Fahrenheit. So what we need to do, most of the people take a crocin or paracetamol and they ensure that their fever has body temperature has been reduced. Doing this thing, the virus, it is, we are giving an opportunity to the virus to replicate, to increase its span of life. So what we need to do in the second step, so you take a flask, there should be a hot water. So we need to ensure that our body temperature will be in 100 degree Fahrenheit, 99 or 100 degree, 2 degree Fahrenheit increase in order to fight against with the virus. So what we are going to do, every 15 minutes once or every 10 minutes once, you should drink half glass of hot water. So how you can do it? Keep a flask with you. So just every repetitive 10 minutes once, take hot water. This has to be done within 2 days. So at that point of time, still the virus would have not been entered to your upper respiratory tract. So when you do this activity, for example, 10 minutes once, that means in an hour, you're going to sip the hot water. That means 6 times in an hour. If you're going to do it for 8 hours, 48 times, 48 to 50 times, you should drink the water, of a glass of water. It should be hot water, but it should not burn your tongue. So make sure that you are not going to have any injury. By doing this, what it happens? We are able to retain the temperature, body temperature around 100 degree Fahrenheit. So that means our body temperature is still high. High means 100 degree Fahrenheit or 101 degree Fahrenheit. So which effectively acts against virus. How you will come to know your body temperature you are maintaining? You get a sweating. So this is the indication that you are retaining the temperature at the same level. That means 100 or 101 degree Fahrenheit. So because once you do this process, our body does not wants to fight against the virus for a long time with the temperature. So that is where through sweatings the toxins get released. So that is why sweating comes. Same day, this process has to happen within 24 to 48 hours. How do you identify that you are being infected with the virus? We cannot identify, but yes, our body can access it. So any variations in our body, it may be a throat itching, it may be a fever, it may be a headache, or it may be a pain, it may be a muscle catch, any of the things, body can access it. We will come to know, yes, I'm having some throat problem, there is a itching in my throat. As soon as if you feel that you have been exposed to the virus, make sure that you are doing this activity every 10 minutes once. You need to drink a hot water. That means in an hour you're going to do this activity for 6 times. At least if you do 8 hours, so it may reach to 48 to 50 times. So your temperature will be at high level up to 100 or 101 degree Fahrenheit. And by doing this thing, so you get a sweating. That indicates you are managing the temperature at that level. If this process is done within 48 hours, we can subsidize the replication of virus. We can completely arrest the replication of virus. Once replication of virus is arrested, as earlier I told, the body does not wants to fight long time with the temperature. So it has to come down. It comes down. Then once again, our viral immunity gets boost and it will neutralize the existing virus. So this is the second line of defense. That's what I mean to tell. So 99 degree Fahrenheit to 101 degree Fahrenheit, there is no issues or there is no need to get scared. You may ask the question, if the temperature crosses more than that, it is also a danger. Yes, in my upcoming slides, I'll explain you what needs to be done at that point of time. Third one is, that's what I told, as soon as you get a fever, don't be scared or don't think it is a final or conclusion. It is a signal which our body is giving. So we need to act accordingly. So this is the process which you need to do in order to ensure every time you cannot go and boil the water. So hence I am telling with you, you can note down having one flask with you people. It's a better option at this point of time. So next is third line of defense. So if you have done with these 2 lines, almost you have come out of that any kind of flu that will get subsidized. And third line of defense, yes, you can consult the doctor or the therapist who can prescribe the, not medicines, who can do the counseling and who can give the prescription what needs to be done. So there are so many organizations are there for that. So then next is you need to have a liquid diet plan, because for 3 days whatever you do, the virus will not get subsidized. Their impact, virus impact or influence will be there on our body. So we need to follow our diet plan. Our diet plan is very important in order to subsidize or the influence, because you all have seen that. So initial level there will not be any impact. So next, for another 1 week or 11 days, that person report will come positive. Once again it comes negative. So this is what happens. In order to subsidize it, then we're gonna have a third line of defense. That means increasing of our immunity. So how we are going to do? With the diet plan. Then assuming that these 3 lines of action, we call it as a defensive action, which you have missed out. So then the fourth option, there is nothing. At that within 8 or 9 days, so the virus moves from upper respiratory tract to lower respiratory tract, then it will have an impact on the lungs. So at that point of time, the fluid is formed in the lungs and the air sac becomes narrower. It becomes contract. So in such a scenario, you will face the breathing problem. So at that point of time, yes, you require an oxygen cylinder. We all know that today we are facing a lot of issues when it comes to oxygen cylinder. People are not getting at the right time. So for that, we have been an alternative option which gives the same result as of the oxygen cylinder, that is handheld fan. So in my future slides, I'll explain each concept. So what are all the techniques to be followed in the emergency situation when you got a breathing problem? What they do in hospital when even though the breathing is not controlled with the oxygen cylinder, then they will go for mechanical ventilator. Once again, mechanical ventilator, if you are not getting in a right time, so what is the emergency management at that point of time? That is, we call it as a prone ventilation. So in my upcoming slides, I am going to explain what is prone ventilation. So these are all the things is very much important in order to ensure that you're subsidizing in each level. So if you are able to control within third line of defense, you are safe. So there is no problem. If you not focus or if you not pay any attention up to third line of defense, then fourth line of action, it is not a defense, it is an action which needs to be taken. So next slide, Gurudit. Now we'll come to the emergency management of flu. What needs to be done? First thing is fever management. As I told, 101 degree Fahrenheit is not a problem. No need to get scared, because the body wants to effectively fight with the virus. Hence, there will be an increase in temperature. You should worry only when your fever is greater than or equal to 102 degree Fahrenheit. So what you need to do? There is a technique called cold compress and cold air. Without a tablets, how you can bring down your temperature to normal? With a technique of cold compress and cold air. So I'll show you how to apply this on your body. So next slide, Gurudit. You can see the picture. So where the first picture shows, what you need to do means you should have 6 towels, cotton towels you should have. So you should bifurcate 3 towels as one set and the other 3 towels as one more set. There should be 2 set of towels. Each set consists 3 towels. Okay. You should take a cold water. It's an ice cube water. So in that water, you need to rinse that 3 towels. Okay. So and one post rinsing it, you need to roll in 3 places. That is calf muscles of the 2 legs, where I've shown. You can see in the second picture. That means the bottom second picture, bottom of the slide. So this is how you need to apply or roll the rinsed cotton towel. So this is how you need to roll it. These are the 2 towels, 2 places where you need to roll, and one more you need to apply on the forehead. So this process you need to do it for 15 minutes. Once again, I reiterate, in an ice cube water, you need to rinse the towel and you need to roll that towel to the calf muscles of the 2 legs, and third one is on the forehead. This you need to do it for 15 minutes. This is one thing. Second thing is, few people with high fever, so they may have shivering. So first slot is 15 minutes you need to do and you should come out, or for example for 10 minutes shivering comes, you should come out of that process. Third thing is, if temperature comes to less than 102, that means 101 or 100 degree Fahrenheit, you should stop the process. Out of these three, any one aspect which comes earlier, we should follow this activity. After doing 15 minutes, assume that still the fever is high, you are going to check. Just leave for 15 minutes. Then after 15 minutes, as I told, with one more set of towel. So the other set, because why I'm telling don't use the same towel means the body, that cloth will observe the temperature. So don't use the same towel. So there are, keep another pair of towel. So that towel you can do for another 15 minutes. So until and unless your fever comes down, once again I'm telling, comes down means it may be 100 degree Fahrenheit or 101. So stop the process. This is what the important thing which you need to follow. 15 minutes, or when it comes shivering, or your temperature comes to reduce from 102 degree Fahrenheit. So either of the three, which comes first, you should come out. If still your temperature is high, do this process repeatedly for every 1 hour and check the temperature. So normally your temperature comes down, because this techniques which we are giving for almost all the people, and 95% it has been worked. Yes, for in which cases 5% it has not been worked is for people who is having multiple diseases, who's having a heart problem, already they have infected with a lungs infection. So for such people, it will have it takes time. So for that also there is an option how we can reduce the fever through diet plan. Gurudev, next slide, please. So this is with regards to fever. No need to worry if you're having 100 degree Fahrenheit or 101 degree Fahrenheit. So if crosses 102, then you can do this cold compress. Can you come back to previous slide? So important thing is, you can see the leg, it should be in the elevated position. You can keep pillow over there, and you can also see cold air. That is, there is a one fan. So where it should be guided to the legs, that is calf muscle of the legs. So this thing you need to do it. This is for bringing down the fever to the normal temperature, bringing down your body temperature. Next slide. Yeah. Now next is breathing management. We have seen most of the people, we have seen they have lost their life because of where they didn't get oxygen at a timely stage. So or they have been infected completely. So at that point of time, there is no oxygen cylinder or mechanical ventilator. So because of which people have lost their life. So how you will come to know you're facing a breathing problem? Don't assume yourself. Because of fear also, you may face that breathing problem. So what you need to do means, I think Gurudev, can you see my picture? I'm showing one oximeter. Hello. Can you people?
No, we cannot see. I think.
Just a minute. I think my camera is on, right?
Yes, we can see you.
Can you see the oximeter?
Yes.
Yeah, this we call it as an oximeter. This is also one of the thing. How I told flask, in the same way you should, in each one there should be one oximeter, because this is the one which gives the value. So it is very simple process. Any person can use it. Okay. In this oximeter, you'll get SpO2 value, which you can see over here. Where in the slide you can see, we call it as a SpO2 value. When this value gets reduced less than 88%, then we can tell it's a critical situation. So in device, yes, it is there 90. In some devices, it is 94. But when it comes below 88, then we can, yes, it is very critical situation for that person. So it is very simple. You need to insert your index finger just for 10 seconds. You will get a value, SpO2 value. So once you get a SpO2 value, if it is more than 90%, so no need to worry. Its normal values, it should be 98 or 99. But even though 90%, no issues. But when it comes below 88%, then we need to pay attention. So this is what I have explained. So if breathing, there is no control on the breathing. If there is in such a scenario, yes, we need oxygen cylinder. And even though if our breathing does not comes to control under oxygen cylinder, then in hospital they take us mechanical ventilator. So what is the option? That is home remedy. That is handheld fan. And next is prawn ventilator. So these are the two things which I'm going to explain in the next slide. Next slide, Gurudev. Yeah, this is a handheld fan. So with the research data I'm showing over here, you can see on the right bottom of the research data. This data was provided by Cochrane. Cochrane is one of the research laboratory where they do not take any funding from pharmaceutical. So that is where they give the genuine results and the updated data. So you can see that this is the research also I'm producing before you, how handheld fan will help. So in the top right, I've shown you the picture. So this is the, you want to take a handheld fan where you all would have been experienced in offices. You would have been kept handheld fan. That means that should fit exactly into your palms, where you can hold the fan. That we call it as a handheld fan. Okay, so if you want that, I'll show you. So I think you people can see, right? Handheld fan. This is the size. The handheld fan, the cost of it is just 200 rupees, 200 to 300 rupees. So this works equivalent to oxygen cylinder. Once again, I reiterate, this works equivalent to oxygen cylinder in the emergency situation. This is what the research data also I'm producing before you. So what you need to do with this handheld fan, on the top right, you can see the picture. So your body should be inclined. If you are sitting, there should be a 5 to 6 inches gap between your body and the fan, and you should take that air. Frankly speaking, our body is not designed to take only oxygen. Our body is designed to take air. So that is what we are getting, the fresh air immediately through this handheld fan. So this you can do it for 5 minutes. This is the minimum limit. There is no upper threshold. If you feel comfortable and if you feel you are getting recovered, you can extend the time 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Then you can take a break, and once again you can go for handheld fan. This gives equivalent oxygen as per the oxygen cylinder. During the emergency, you can follow this technique. It works. It has worked. So next slide. This is what about handheld fan. And you need to know about much about oxygen cylinder. Even if you go to hospital also, the oxygen cylinder is only for the initial comfortness. You cannot be provided with a prolonged one. That doesn't work. It's only an initial comfort. So that initial comfort also you can get through at the emergency situation through handheld fan. So 3 things you need to keep in home compulsorily. One is flask. Second one is oximeter. Flask should be used by individual. Don't use the same flask for all the 3 or 4 people if you're staying. Oximeter can be individual, and fan, it should be used. Oximeter can be one for one home. Fan, each person can have one fan. So if you are 4 members, 4 fan, it is very important to keep because it doesn't cost much. As I told, it's a 200 rupees. And oximeter, it's a nearly 1000 or 1200, and flask you'll get for 500 rupees. So these are the 3 things which you need to ensure it is with you. So next is when things doesn't come to control with the oxygen cylinder, what they do in hospital, they take mechanical ventilator. So what is the alternative option? If a person, I'm not denying that you should not go to hospital. As we are seeing, when there is no shortage of ventilators at that point of time, yes, one member of the family can search in hospital, but at least the other 2 people should ask the client or the person who is infected, who is suffering from breathing, these techniques, so that at the initial level we can save the life of the people. So you can see in the picture, in the left side, you can see normally how we sleep. That is what it is showing. But when it has to work equivalent to prawn ventilation, we can see the third picture, that is right bottom. We should sleep in such a way. Why you should sleep in such a way? Because whenever we sleep, normally we sleep, the first picture shows. So at that point of time, the gravitational force or pressure of our heart as well as the abdomen falls on the lungs. Within the lungs, there is a air sacs. We call it as a air sacs. That is 50,000 crores air sacs is available in our lungs. So whenever you are fine, so at that point of time, if you lay down in this position also, first picture, Gurudat, you can, what you can do, you can take the cursor. So to the first picture, yes, you can see, you can show that person who is laying down. So in this position, if you sleep, what it happens, the gravitational force of the heart as well as the abdomen falls on the lungs. That is what in the arrow mark it is showing. If you see below the lungs, there are air sacs. As I told, it will be nearly some 50,000 air, 50 crores of air sacs are there. Okay, this is the one which extends, means contract and expand. We call this air sacs as exchange of oxygen. That means it takes CO2 from the blood and gives O2, that means oxygen to the blood. So this is very important. Whenever you are healthy, even though if you sleep in that position, 20% it will not work, but yes, 80% it is working, you are fine. But when your lungs get infected, at that point of time, even though that 20% is very important to us. Gurudat, can you show in the second picture? Can you see, show? This is how you need to lie down. You can see that in the second picture, the air sacs, like air balloons, whichever is there, you can see from first picture to second picture, if you do comparison, it is expanded. So that this is what indication, because the air sacs which is positioned under the lungs. Okay, so that means under the lungs means on the lower respiratory tract. So that 20% plays an important role in saving the life of the person. So when you sleep in this position, Gurudat, can you show third picture? Yeah, this is how you need to lie. So when you lie in this position, so at least the 20% of breathing control we'll get with us. So how many hours you need to do this? If on through handheld fan or oxygen cylinder, your breathing is not controlled, in such a scenario, 14 to 16 hours a person has to lie in this position. Yes, I do agree, it may be very a difficult task of doing 14 to 15 hours, but yes, if this is done, somewhere the life of the people is saved during the breathing issue. That doesn't mean in a stretch you should sleep. Yes, for 50 minutes you can sleep in this position, 10 minutes you can have the food, and then once again you need to lie down in this position. So I've explained you. So that 20% plays a major role when the lungs is not working. So this is this is equivalent to mechanical ventilator. That also I've shared the research data with you, how it has worked. When the research was conducted, when both the ways has been done, it gives the equivalent breathing system. So this is what the research says. So yes, this is about the breathing management. Once the session is completed, yes, I'll answer your queries if there is any queries. Next slide, Gurudat. That's what, if you go for mechanism of prone ventilation, you can see this is the process how it works. Less abdominal pressure, less heart pressure, increased alveoli capacity. That means air sacs. Then improved breathing. This is how it works. So as I told, so this is the mechanism you can adapt. Once again, I'm nowhere denying that to reach you people to the hospital, simply roaming 3 days for the hospital, instead of doing that, you can see most of the people, they roam to the hospital nearly some 10 to 12 hours, 15 hours, then they are losing their life. I'll tell you what are all the other causes for losing the life. So if one person can search in hospital, the other at least 2 family members can assist that infected person or who are suffering from breathing in this way. Before you reach to hospital, at least you can bring to a control. It works equivalent to mechanical ventilator. So this is how we need to stretch. On top of it, if he's facing, no, we cannot do anything, because as you are aware, the research says that out of 10 COVID-19 patients who has been hospitalized and who is using a mechanical ventilator, 9% lose their life as using. 1% may come out. So that is what the research says. So next slide, Gurudev. Gurudev, next slide, please. Yes, next is cough management. If you're having a continuous cough, so at that point of time, what are the things you need to do? It's a very simple thing. So you should take turmeric, not in a powder. We call it as a haldi turmeric. Okay. What is the size of the haldi turmeric is thumb nail size. Whatever your thumb nail size is there, that is the size of the turmeric which you need to take. It will be in raw form, not a powdered form. You should take the size of the turmeric is thumb nail size, and you should eat at least 6 pieces per day. This has to happen before you have your breakfast, before your lunch, and before your dinner, which you need to take. You can have this and then you can go for your normal breakfast. That also I'll give the diet plan. Okay, so this is how you can control your cough for 3 or 4 days. If you do this process, it comes to a normal. So once again, I reiterate, the size of the turmeric should be thumb nail size. So this is what you should take. It has to take, you have to take before the breakfast, not after the breakfast. Before breakfast, before lunch, and before dinner. If you are in a liquid diet, so at that point of time, before you take the liquid, you can do this process. Next slide, please. Next is vomiting sensation or necessary action to be taken during the vomiting. So what you can do here also, there is no need to fear, because whatever the unwanted or toxic things are there inside which you're throwing out, no need to get feared or scared. So what you can do means, if you are having that sensation or if you vomited, so for next 4 hours, don't take any food or anything, not even liquid. If someone is texting the query, so I'll address all the queries at the end of the session. Okay. Next is only coconut. If person cannot sustain even 4 hours without any food, yes, they can take for coconut water. It's a coconut water, not tender coconut. Once again, I'm reiterating. So you should take coconut water. So if not tolerated, if tolerated for 4 hours, then that day, if you can able to more be with liquid or the coconut water, that will be well and good. So next is nausea or weakness. If you're having the tiredness, weakness, body pain, so what you can do means, you can take a ginger. Ginger can be taken at any point of time. So even ginger size is thumbnail size ginger you need to take. So that ginger, you need to chew it. You need to take all the liquid, and the fiber you need to throw out. You need to split out. So in a day, you should do 3 to 4 times. Even the tiredness comes to the normal status. So you can overcome from the tiredness. Okay. So once again, I reiterate, you need to chew the ginger and you need to take the liquid and you should split out the fiber, whatever is there. So next slide. The most important thing is fear management. So you can see in this slide. So this is one of the research, Lancet's research, because they are one of the, they stands in top 5 when it comes to a research field. So they have done a research on COVID-19 patients. So there is a hormone called cortisol hormone, which is produced in our body in response to stress, such as illness, triggering changes in metabolism, heart function, immune system, to help our bodies cope. This is what the research says. It should be there. Then what is the normal cortisol that should present in the body? That is, you can see in the third point, that is 100 to 200 ml nm per liter. So this is what is the normal cortisol that should be there within the body. Even if it goes low, there is a high risk. Even it is goes high, there is a high risk. So the normal is 100 to 200. When we go to sleep, it becomes 0. When it gets increased, those who are having a mental depression, mental problem, for them it is going to be increased. Got it? So the research says that they have checked in COVID-19 cases, the highest cortisol that has been generated or produced is 3241. That is 16 times greater than the normal value. Just think it out. So what is the fear that people is carrying with them? Nothing will happen. If you are even infected also, relaxed, cool. But if you get fear, if you get mentally upset, then you can see that the highest value it reached is 3241. Even a person goes with the major surgery. So then at that point of time, his cortisol level will reach to 1000, but it doesn't stay for a long time in 1000. It comes down because it has to be there, as I told. But in COVID-19 patients, it's not like that. It gets prolonged, and that is the amount of cortisol. Assume just think over it. 16 times it is greater. Then what is the life of that person? And next, last point, you can see that the cortisol, which is having a value of around 744, they survived on an average of 36 days. But people who are having the cortisol hormone level of 744, more than 744, their survival was just 15 days. So that is the reason. So I just inform you all, yes, even though if it is infected, yes, there are 85% of the chances it can be easily recovered. 10% is a mild level which requires some assistance. Only 5% of the people are in trouble. So that too, as I told, kids, old age people, and third one is who is suffering from multiple disease. So this is the thing you need to understand. You're not in a risky situation. No need of getting fear. Take it in a relaxed way. Make sure your attention is on your complete body. Then you can access each and everything. And you can follow the techniques, whatever I have given when it comes to fever, cough, weakness, nausea, breathing problem. So then what is there to get feared? Even fear is one of the major reason. That is what they are telling for the death. This is what they have found out. Fine. Gurudev, next slide, please. Next, we need to see how you can enhance the immunity. Either you have been infected by any of the flu or you have not been infected. How you can enhance your immunity, because this is the most important thing. Once again, iron stands in the first place when it comes to immunity. From where you get iron? You get more iron from black dates and apple. Go for natural food. Don't go for pills. Once again, I request you all. So as I told, mucosal immunity, it starts from mouth. So if you take that immunity, if it starts from mouth, if you can enhance that immunity through your mouth, so it works. If you take pills, yes, it starts from stomach, not mouth. So this is where you need to increase your immunity. It should start from tongue. When you're getting vitamins from tablets, why can't you get vitamins from natural food? You can go for natural food. So this is what black dates and apple have majority of the iron. So that you can take. So next is zinc stands in the second place when it comes to the immunity. So where you find high quantity of zinc? So in the seeds of papaya and pineapple. So that seeds you can extract, you can make it dry and you can squeeze it you can make as a powder, and how you drink other teas, like that you can take it. So that is where it increases zinc amount, or it gets increases. So third thing is amino acids. How you get amino acids? You get through sprouts. Amino acids is very important in our body. These things you get through sprouts. So you can do it. Then vitamin C. Vitamin C you get through majorly with fruits, that is with sweet lime, or you can go for Mosambi, or you can go for orange. That is where you can see vitamin C. So high vitamin C content. Just a second. Next, you need to balance of the minerals in the body, and you should not allow body to go for dehydration. For that, coconut water is the best solution. So these are the 5 important things. Each person at least per day you should have 2.2 grams of vitamin C. How it gets? It gets through, if you're gonna eat mango, you can eat 3 mangoes. So if you're gonna eat orange, you can eat 2 oranges, and with few of the vegetables. So in my upcoming slides, I'll explain you what should be the diet plan during this flu. When you feel that your body is able to access some uncomfortness within the body, at that point of time, you can follow this diet. So just I've explained the immunity chart. So this is the most important thing which you need to see. This is how we can take the food. Don't wait for the virus to come. This is for us the right time to have this immunity boosting foods. So then we can immediately fight. Next slide, Gurudat. Next is few of the people have a lot of queries. First initial days, I get negative report, then I get positive, and once again after few days I get negative. So what does it? How we are going to check the COVID-19? We are not going to say there is a COVID-19. We can no tool is having to identify the COVID-19. If you want to see that, if you want to understand more on this thing, as of now, as per the research, till now 7 strains have been identified. That means once the virus enters your body and when it clubs with the DNA, so then it takes its own form. We call it as a pattern. There are 7 strains in our body, 7 strains of virus. This is what has been identified, but we don't know. Once the virus enters, it may take a different strains. So there is a lot of high possibility of getting false negative. That means we don't know. As of now, identified strains is 7 strains. That is what we have programmed in that kit. This is the kit which we use to measure, and it doesn't say that COVID-19 is there. Based on the genetical material, whatever it is there on that, and whatever we have recorded in that kit, based on that it will give positive or negative. There is a chance of both false positive and false negative. What does it mean false positive? As I told, if virus has taken a different strain apart from these 7 strains, then obviously what it will give? It will give a false negative, because that strain has not been recorded in the kit. If virus takes a new strain, new pattern, we don't know, then it comes to false positive. When a person goes to sick, fall sick, the same genetical material, what the COVID-19 is having, the same way there are other hormones which has been secreted in our body and it is accumulated in lungs. It may be more, we don't know. If the genetical material is matching to the same, then there is a chance of giving a result of false positive. This is what it says. We should not only rely on the kit. Our body is the major axis. We have our body. We know how it works. What is happening within our body. Based on that, if you are going to take a call, if you are going to manage these things at the initial level, as I told, defensive mechanism, we can survive the life. Next slide, Gurudat. This is what a few of the snapshots which I have told. Mullis have identified this kit and he has clearly told it should not be used for laboratory purpose. It should be used only for it should be used only for research purpose and not for diagnostic purpose. So which I've taken from that website, so which I'm posting it. Next slide. So this is what few of the research once again in USA and other countries which they have done research, and they have come to conclusion 50%. If you see the second point, the person White House coordinator for COVID-19, Dr. Briggs, so he has told that there is a 50% chance of providing false result. So a lot of research have been has gone, and they have mentioned that we cannot completely rely on the this kit. This is what it says. Next slide. This is what one of the example I told. COVID-19, when it is diameter inside the cell is 500 nanometer, the same way exomes, as I told, when a person falls sick, a hormone or liquid is generated and it is accumulated in the lungs. So even that liquid genetical material is same as coronavirus. Both are RNA segment, both are lung liquid, both respitrator are ACE2. So everything is same. So that's what there is a chance of false positive. Next slide. So this is one of the important slide. So as I told, 2 days you should be completely with hot water, sipping every 10 minutes once a hot water. So this slide, as you cannot read this, so what is it indicates means whenever you are having, you feel that there is uncomfortness. So at that point of time, first day you should completely go for, it's a 3-day diet plan. I'll explain you later. If you want, you can check with organizer. I'll share the PPT slides with you people for your reading purpose or for analysis purpose. So as I told, first day diet, 3 days diet. First day diet will be a liquid diet. That means you should be completely with juice. How you gonna take? What is the quantity? Your question. So for that, the answer is, for example, your body is 80 kg. That means 80 divided by 10. You can note it down. 80 divided by 10. That means 8 glasses of citric juice you should drink. What is citric juice? Once again, it's a sweet lime, or it is a orange or mosambi or pineapple. So if your weight is 80 kg, 80 divided by 10, that is 8 glasses of citric juice you need to drink, and 8 glasses of coconut water you need to drink. So what is the size of the glass? If you're less than 15 years, then you can go for 300 ml, the size of the glass, and 16 to 65 years, you can go for up to 400 ml. And if you are a kidney patient, so if you're having a problem, then you can go for 300 ml of glass. So 10 glasses of citric juice and 10 glasses of coconut water, which you need to drink. First day. Second day, what you need to do? If your weight is 80 kg, 80 divided by 20. That means 4 glasses of citric juice and 4 glasses of coconut water. Throughout the day, you need to take. Okay. Then what you can do for dinner, you can take tomato plus cucumber. How much quantity? Your weight is 50 multiplied by 5. 300 grams of, multiplied by 5 means 250 grams of tomato plus cucumber you should take. So this is second day diet plan. Only this much you should take, and you should consume the food before 7 o'clock. Third day, what you need to do? Your weight is 80, 80 divided by 30. So that means some 3 glasses it will come. So 3 glasses of citric juice, 3 glasses of coconut water, which you need to drink. So then for lunch, you should have tomato, cucumber, same, your weight multiplied by 5. And then for dinner, you should take vegetables. Okay. Dinner, you should take same tomato plus cucumber, 300 grams. That is your weight multiplied by 5. Then you should have home cooked food. So during this period, even in home cooked food, your salt should be negligible, oil should be negligible, and then there should not be spicy. So such food you need to take. This is a 3-day flu diet plan, which will subsidize the effect of virus. It fights effectively. This is what you need to follow. Once 3 days completed, next slide, Gurudev. So this we call it as a DAP diet. So as I told, the influence of the virus will be there. That impact will be there. So next, don't go for meals completely. Morning, By 12 o'clock, you need to take only fruits. How much? If your weight is 50, if your weight is 100 kg, 100 multiplied by 10. What is the quantity? It comes 1000 grams of fruits you need to have. Any kind of 4 fruits. Then next, for lunch, so you need to have 4 to 5 types of vegetables. Your weight is 100 kg, 100 into 5, 500 grams. It's not kg, 500 grams of vegetables you need to take. For dinner, same 500 grams of vegetables, plate 1. Then next, you can have home cooked food. Okay, before that, you can have haldi, turmeric haldi you should have, thumbnail size. So this you can follow for 4 to 5 days. So once everything, your symptom comes down, comes to normal state, so then what you can do, you can minus haldi, turmeric, and then you can have lunch also in the afternoon, home cooked food, but first vegetable and then lunch. So this at least you need to follow 10 days. Once within a month everything gets subsidized, then you can go for your normal food. Because even today research has told person who is suffering from COVID-19 was taken treatment and they are not following proper diet, so they are facing with heart problem. This is what they have told. It's not only COVID-19, any kind of flu works like this. So which you need to do this. So next slide, Gurudat. So this is a few of the, as I'm being a NICE expert, so we get a COVID-19 cases where they enroll through NICE. NICE is nothing but a network of influenza network of influenza expert care. Okay, so patients who doesn't offer more money, so what they do, they enroll through this website. So few of the clients which I have handled from my end. So and this is what the results they have given. This is few of the results which they have given. So they have been queued and they have been come out. So this is a few of the snapshots which they have shared with me. I know it's very difficult to read. So yes, suppose that I share the PPTs at that point of time, you can refer it. Even we handle the cases where I'm working as a volunteer. This service is completely free of cost. So once it is enrolled, we share all these diet plans to the clients in order to ensure they follow it. The few people would have been tested as positive, or few people who don't want to test, so they approach us. So this is what we give if everything is normalized. So that is what post the closure of place they gives the feedback. These are the few of the feedbacks which we have given, and accuracy which we have crossed is more than 95%. Yes, there are the remaining 5%, as I told, if a person is suffering from a lot of multiple diseases, at that point of time, we forward that request to the doctors, NICE emergency doctors. So they will take care of those cases which we are not, will not be handling. So next case, next slide, sorry. One thing and one more thing, this is the important slide. Navashaktis of our life. So as it's a lockdown and most of the people stay in home, so somewhat their mind gets disturbed. So they do not proper follow their plan. They do not have any physical exercise. There's no meditation. There's no they do not focus on the personal interest. So these are all the things which accumulates, gathers more stress within them. So that's why it's my own slide which I mentioned as Navashaktis of our life. So these are all the important things which we need to follow in our life, not only during this fluid situation, in any time. Okay, so because even I am a working professional, I work from 9:30 to 6:30 every day. Suppose that I do all research activities, I've been trained from the NICE, and I handle the patients. So I work up to 1 or 2 o'clock. I'll ensure that my mind is stable, so relax, calm, and I do these activities. This whatever I'm doing, even this seminar is purely a social contribution to ensure that it reaches to maximum number of people. So it should reduce the fear within them. They should have a proper diet plan. This is what even I expect and I want you people, because from here onwards you are a warrior. You are like a warrior. If you can experience this thing, if you can able to control all these things, then you can at least say to your family members, surrounding people, 5 to 10 members. So it will some way, this information will be helpful to the people. So these are all the things which we need to have in our life. So diet plan, There should not be any deviation, physical exercise, which is very much required. So meditation or pranayama, which will really helpful, because as Kalpataru is purely based on spiritual aspects, they have already organized most of the spiritual techniques, meditation, all those things. You can take suggestion from them, even from them, or if you really find it will be helpful, I can give how to strengthen our aura and chakras. I can take a session. That's not a problem. So then focus on your personal interest, because this is a time where you get a lot of time if people working are from work from home. So it's a time for you people, whichever you couldn't able to achieve during your lifetime because of shortage of time. Because I stay in Bangalore, I know what is the thing. 9 hours to 10 hours, we need to work in office, then 4 hours traveling, 14 hours we spend over there itself. But no time for my personal interest. This has provided me a lot of opportunity to ensure to do all this research and to do social work. In the same way, each individual will be having their own personal interest or hobby. So keep a eye or focus on this time. This is the right time. So next is never stop learning. It should be dynamic in learning. So you should have a proper sleep, enjoy, have a nice time with family, socialization, involve in any of the social activity. So then professional life. All these things you need to manage. Next slide, Gurudev. So I don't explain in brief, in depth when it comes to human auras and chakras. Even I've done a lot of research on this thing. So how if aura is effective and if chakra is effective, how we can be stable, emotionally stable and mentally stable, even physically stable. So this comes only through practice of meditation, pranayama, and yoga. So just for the brief introduction, the left side, what you are seeing the picture is an aura. This we call it as an aura. What you are seeing is just a physical body. What you are experiencing is the other 6 layers surrounded around your physical body. So each layer has its own interpretation, has its own name. If you are emotionally unstable, that means your emotional body is weak. If you are mentally not stable, your mental body is weak. If you are having a lot of negative thoughts, negative message, that means your spiritual body carries few of the aspects from your past days. This is the one which records your previous lives data. Then if you go to astral body, if you get a dream, this is the body which takes you to the dream state, which literally will go to the place you'll experience and you'll come back to your body. The next is etheric body, which is nothing but a space. The next is causal body, which is nothing but a soul, which is nothing but a universe. So how you can access it? With the practice of meditation and pranayama. And even all this situation also, this plays a crucial role. Your aura is strong, and it is very difficult to impact you. Next slide. So now, during the end of the session, most of the people ask question to me. But before that, I wanted to ask you a few of the questions which determines, because we are scared. This is what we have seen in first slide is panic, contagious disease, deadly disease, human to human transmission, everything we have seen. Now we will realize what we are. These questions you need to realize, you should have an answer for this. Are we all, including me, are we all following a proper diet plan? No. When the toughest situation comes, then we go for the solution. Why not when we are fine? Are we aware of immunity boosting techniques? How many programs are we attended when it comes to immunity boosting before this COVID-19 impact? We were not bothered. Are we having a sufficient and proper amount of sleep? Most of the people will sleep. But do we get the proper relaxation? No, because we are more inclined towards our materialistic life. We carry a lot of bundles, loads, and we don't know the right way to release it. That is what next point says. If a college student is having any stress, how he is going to release? Either smoking, drinking alcohol, addict to mobile. So these are all the negative ways to release the stress. He requires that, but not a positive way to release the stress. All those things are negative ways to release the stress and which impacts on a society. That is what is happening. Are we able to meet the work-life balance? How many of you people are meeting your work-life balance? Are we able to heal the origin of the problem? Whatever today we are getting healing, it's not the origin of the problem. It's a surface level. And we are satisfied with that. You can give any kind of diseases, right from diabetic, blood pressure, cancer. These are all the diseases. It's not infectious diseases. Cancer, blood pressure, sugar. It's a lifestyle disease. How we behave, the same we carry in our body. Now you can say, is coronavirus is strong or we are weak? Our body is having all the defensive mechanism, but still we are unable to fight against it. So by practicing all these things, by realizing what we are, because we have a lot of cells. One research says that they have tested, even same Lancet research. So what they have done, they have checked person who is having COVID-19, for them T cells will be produced. Even person who is not having the virus, already it has been generated T cells. T cells is the cells which fights against the virus. They're not having any flu, but it has been generated. That's what I told. Background cellular immunity. What we think, immediately our body will react to that. They started fighting that cells. It has been produced. So to ensure that it will not harm us, that is what the research says. Usually that will be produced when person who gets infected to fight against the virus. But in our body, already it has been generated, not in our body. Whatever the research people they have taken, normal person, in that body it has been generated, which files effective. All the files I have, all the research data. So next slide. Gurudat? Yes, this is my final slide, which I'm going to conclude. Our purpose of stay home should not be only with an objective of survival of life, because how many days you stay in the house? How long? You cannot skip it. Today or tomorrow you should come out. So what you are going to do to come when you come out? You should be well prepared to fight against any kind of flu. It's not I'm asking unnecessarily come out. For corporate, yes, they can do work from home. What about the health warriors? What about the doctors? What about the government people? What about the police? For them, there is no option. They need to come to the street. They're safeguarding us. But at least we, being in a house, we should improve our immunity. That is where we give less load to the society or to the government. If we can able to cure all these diseases, at least first line of defense, there is no any medical protocol. When you get a throat itching, go and take the treatment. Even they put you under quarantine. When you get a first level access on you, when your body is saying something is wrong, why can't you adopt these techniques to ensure that you fight effectively? Then you can approach. Even most of the COVID-19 patients, they have told they have been provided with tablets, all with regards to vitamins, iron, zinc, because these diseases cannot be given any antipyretic drug, antibacterial or anti-malarial, which have a huge impact. So this is what with this I would like to conclude this, and I request you to adopt these techniques. There is nothing wrong. I'm not giving any medicines. Everything is a natural. Trust on yourself. Trust on the nature. You have to trust on the nature. Then you can trust other people. You can go out. You can go to hospital. Can take a treatment. All those things. But at least you can give a try, or you can give a try from your end in order to fight. You should be a first level of defender. So then you can approach other people. So with this, I thank you all, the audience, for patient listening. Gurudat, next slide. Thank you. So if you are having any queries, just Gurudat, you can unmute those who are having queries. So then we can answer the questions.
Yeah.
You can unmute all the people. They can ask if they are having any questions. Also, they can give their feedback. So if they are willing. Or you can read the
Yes,
question.
go ahead. No, I think maybe she can ask the question directly.
Yeah, you can.
Umaji?
You had mentioned about taking raw turmeric. So we have
Yes.
to swallow it, or we have to chew it, or we have to suck it. How do we take it?
No, it's a raw turmeric. You can chew it and you can take. You can swallow. No need to throw out anything.
Okay.
Only ginger. You need to take the liquid and you need to fiber. You need to split.
Okay. And you said coconut water is not the same as tender coconut. What do you mean?
Coconut water, whatever you're using in for home to prepare the food, that coconut water you need to drink, not the tender coconut.
So that is coconut milk.
No, it's a water.
No, no.
We call it as a water, or if you take it as an interpretation as a milk, you can take it as. But water, we call it as a coconut water.
Oh, so this is not tender coconut.
It's not tender coconut. That is the reason I told. It's not a tender coconut. It's a purely a coconut water. In Hindi, they will call as narali. Exactly, I don't know.
Nariyal tel.
Nariyal. Yes, yes. So that is what they call.
ಹೇಮಂತ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡನೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕನ್ನಡನೂ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
Okay.
We can unmute ourselves and we can ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಕ್ವಶನ್.
ನಿಮ್ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿ. ಅದೇ ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಡಿಗೆಗೆ ಏನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ಕೋಕೋನಟ್ ತಂದಿ ನಾವು ಒಡೆದಿಯ ನೀರ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಬಟ್ ಎಸ್, ಅದು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಸಖತ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಎ ಕ್ರೂಷಿಯಲ್ ರೋಲ್, ಕೋಕೋನಟ್ ವಾಟರ್.
Any other feedback from anyone?
Asha,
I'm seeing lot of
okay, can you
comments.
read out?
Yeah, Asha is asking provide detailed plan for fighting against COVID. Now
So
she's thanking you actually. No, she's thanking you. Sorry.
Okay.
Everyone is thanking you.
Yeah, fine. So one more my
So
request before leaving this session, if you feel that this session was very helpful, and it's not only me, because even I learned a few years back this techniques. So even now you are all a warriors, because if this is the information which you're having, you can effectively fight. This is what I say. And you can, once you experience this thing, it's not like that only COVID-19, I'm telling any kind of flu. Once you experience and if you are able to come out, so then you can just guide 4 people surrounding you, that is your family members, and next neighbors. You can do it. At least if you could able to reach 10 members, it will be really good. So nothing you are guiding any medicines, you are guiding just a food system. We need to learn from animals. Why animals have not been infected? Why they have not been infected? They are on the streets. This is what we need to understand.
Pradipji, may I ask a question?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can ask the question.
Go ahead, sir.
My question is regarding the coconut oil. So people says that the coronavirus can't survive in oil because that RNA will be splitting apart if you use the oil. What about the use of coconut oil for the treatment of this, or consuming coconut oil, or applying coconut oil instead of the things which you are using, instead of soap and sanitizer which you are using? Because sanitizer, people say that it's dangerous. So instead of sanitizer, why can't we use the coconut oil either in the nose or in the drinking of this?
See, that is what I told.
What is your suggestions about
See,
that?
when it comes to coconut oil or coconut water, as earlier I told, it's a God gift. Okay, you cannot enforce everyone to be in sanitizer. If you say that, I'll just give an example. A welding people cannot take sanitizer because they're with fire. Immediately it will burn. There are a lot of impacts. You cannot say carpenter to go with sanitizer. We say that only it works for corporate people or few of the people. As you told, yes, coconut oil, any products of coconut, which really plays a crucial role in all these things. When it comes to COVID or any of the flu, how the COVID is structured, if you can see that it will be like ನೀವು ಕಾಳು ಅಂತೀವಲ್ಲ, like dal type it will be. So how it will be, and inside that there will be a protein. Why we ask wash your hands with a detergent? So whenever the virus is outside, it is a non-living organism. When it enters into your body, then it becomes a living organism. ಆ ಒಂದು bubble, it's like a bubble. If whenever it is outside, or if it is on the surface level, if we are able to blast that bubble, so then that protein will not have any impact. This is what I got the data from the research. So in such a scenario, yes, coconut oil also plays a crucial role. Instead of sanitizer, yes, you can go for detergents or coconut oil.
Thank you, Hemant.
Yeah.
So next time take a session on chakras.
Yeah, sure. So even I mastered in that. So just anyway, you've given your feedback, and also my request is you people can post your feedback in the message. So you can confidently say that I am strong, or we are strong, and we will be a warrior. So that is what I expect through this session, not more than that.
Thank you.
And if anyone requires slides, so PPT will share in PDF format. You can refer it. Only the feedback, client feedback, I'm going to remove. The reason being is any COVID-19 patients, we cannot openly say their names. So that is the reason. So nothing other than that, there is no reasons. Rest of the things we'll share with you. But only the thing is, if you people are suffering from 3 or 4 major diseases, at that point of time, it is better. I can share the NICE expert number also, helpline number, so you can enroll over there. Anything else?
Okay.
Or can we?
Yeah, if there are no more questions, I think we can close the session. Thank you very much, Hemant. I hope to see you once again with us, probably a different topic. Today it was a very informative session. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
And
Thanks to all the
participants as well. Yeah. So
Thanks.
next week we will have another session by a person, another Hemant actually. So that also will be an interesting session. I hope to see you all again next week. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Gurudat,
Gurudat.
from your
Thank
end.
you, Hemant.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks
Thank you.
to everyone. Thanks to all the participants, and thanks to Gurudat and Kalpataru team for organizing this event. Thank you all. So I can end now, right? I can leave the session, right, Gurudat?
Yes, Hemant.
Yeah. So fine. I'll leave the session. So later I'll give a call. Okay.